Greetings and welcome to the Desk of Doom for yet another build. This time I'm doing my second entry for a group build on Facebook called Fuckers That Spit or something like that. If you can remember, I built a Spitfire Mk.19? Mk. 14C for it a while back, and I was gonna build a camel for it as well, and I also had a Mark 1 Spitfire lined up to be an entry into that build, but troubles with the sub with camel made me actually kind of put me off the whole thing kind of. But luckily I got the Academy 1/72 scale Spitfire Mark 14 all done. But then, if you watched the last rambling end of the month rambling video that I made, I showed you guys that I purchased this guy at my local hobby shop, and this Swedish version kinda intrigued me. So this morning I went to my local gaming store where I buy my paint, and I got the Vallejo Model Air PRU Blue, which according to some conversion charts is the correct paint for this aeroplane in Swedish colors. So I thought, it's just one color, it can't be that hard. I want to build this as quick as possible. So tonight, it's already kind of late, but I thought tonight I might actually be able to finish the cockpit assembly and perhaps even get most of the assembly, the major assembly done, so it will be ready for paint soonish or something like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Now, if you are interested, I have already removed the plastic from the box, and it's definitely not a new tool kit, but it's not really an old tool kit. I'm guessing it's somewhere around the 2000s. It's kind of a weird plastic compared to the recent Airfix plastic. It's not as soft, it feels a lot harder, and it looks like it has a ton of sink marks when I look at it here. I can't really feel it with my fingers that good, but my fingers are kind of messed up from working on automobiles. But maybe the camera can pick it up, or maybe not. I'm just wasting time. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try and build this real quick, and I'll turn the camera on every now and then and show you guys what I've done. So, yeah. So just a couple of minutes later, the cockpit is assembled. I have it dry fitted in there just to see how it fit and make it make the glue cure all straight and stuff. 4 pieces, super simple build, couple of minutes, and then I have the joystick here, the control stick, whatever you want to call it. So it's all ready for paint right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that all in my Vallejo pale green. Quality thing about Vallejo paints, once you handle the bottle with wet fingers, you clean off every single piece of printed lettering, so there's no way of knowing what actual color this is. But I do remember, since I've built quite a few Spitfires, that this is pale green. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the insides of the plane, the cockpit and stuff, and while that paint is drying, I'm going to be assembling the main wing sections with the coolers underneath the wings and stuff. So yeah, something for you guys to look forward to in a second. Right, so the tiny cockpit is assembled, painted, and I added some seat belts in there for good measure. It's just a couple of really thin strips of masking tape with some silver painted on the ends. And as you can see, they're not straight, and I can't hold this cockpit at all. Yeah, I didn't put the seatbelt in straight because I have never ever seen a car nor a airplane with a 4 or 5 point harness that is completely straight when the pilot or driver has left the cockpit. And yeah, so I like to do mine a little bit crooked. And yeah, I just painted it pale green and the highlights with black, and then there was a decal for the instrument panels, instrumentation there, and keeping it real simple, not gonna add any washes and no dry brushing whatsoever, because this is a really closed up kind of a cockpit area. So yeah, this is just the way it's gonna be, and you'll never be able to see clearly inside there because the canopy is quite thick, I think. I can't remember where I put it. Yeah, the canopy is just gonna show you some basic color of the inside, and you might be able to see my snazzy looking seat belts, but other than that, I'm just gonna keep it clean and simple because there's really no need to go any further with it. And quite frankly, it doesn't really offer much more because it's kind of a rudimentary small cockpit, and I've already been dropping it quite a few times because I can't hold on to it. So yeah, time to get these extra windows that I've already put in masked before I put in the cockpit and the wings. Got some under here as well because it's equipped with a camera, I believe. I'm gonna mask this before I close up the fuselage because sometimes when I mask these things they tend to fall inside because my contactor clear isn't as good as I would like it to be. So anyways, I'm gonna continue assemble this thing. Yeah, so this is what the little Spitfire looks like right now. Got all the major assembly done, and I got some putty going on it. This here is mostly because I kind of screwed up the little connectors to the sprue. Other than that, it only has a little bit of putty in here and in here, as is usually always a putty site for me. And here was a big sink mark that was kind of horrible looking, and also in this place where the wings met up. And yeah, put a little in there for good measure, but mostly I got to fill it up with glue. And yeah, like I said when I was opening the box earlier, there is a lot of sink marks in this kit along the side of the fuselage, but I'm gonna keep those in, which are here, because they're not that big and they actually make the plane look a little bit more rough and used and stuff. So I kind of like that. And also, if you if you eagle-eyed viewers notice, there's a little chink right here in the wing. When I thought this was going to be a little bit harder than the usual soft Airfix plastic, I was wrong. It is quite soft actually, and my cutter went a little bit too close here. I had to come in at an angle, and I didn't even feel any resistance in the plastic, and I just cut the chunk out. But I think I'm just gonna leave it like this because frankly I don't think I can fix it that good. So we'll just leave it like this and say it's a battle damage a little bit, but they kept it flying like this because they don't really care or something, I don't know. But anyways, once this putty dries, it's still kind of soft. I just put it on like 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this and sand this. I don't think I'll need to sand these parts and I'll give it a liquid paint right after I put the canopy on and mask that off, of course. So I'm gonna spend the rest of this evening working on something else. Yeah, so this is what it looks like when it's all painted up. Heavily appreciated because it's a one single color plane. I kind of wanted it to be beehive. I did not want it to be a beehive, but I wanted to have some visual interest to it because it is just a single plane, single color. I must apologize, I'm feeling a bit under the weather and I might bumble a bit like a bee. But anyways, since it's all painted up and I glossed it last night, excuse me, it's time to put on the decals. As you can tell probably by my decaling kit here. Whew. Yep. So anyways, I'm gonna forge on ahead and I put decals on real slow. So this is gonna take probably more than just the one night. But I'll spare you the boring part and I'll be back with it all decaled up and nice. So yeah, it's been a while, but now we got all the decals on there and it's just looking kind of spitty. But yeah, so I've started pinning the details in there, and then all we've got to do is a clear coat all over it so I can do a little wash. Actually doesn't really need it. I'm going to do minimal weathering on this because this is a non-wartime warbird. And yeah, that's where we're at with this. End of the month is closing in steadily, and we need this guy finished before April 1st, I guess. Yeah, so me being me, I think I've done it again. Yeah, so I woke up real early this morning with the kids, and while they were watching their morning cartoons, I went ahead and did some model work, and I kind of finished off the Swedish Spitfire. Got all the little details on there. I got the canopy mask removed. I clear coated it, the entire thing, with a satin varnish. Didn't really think this would look like a matte flat coat bird. Looking at some reference pictures, the museum pieces actually look kind of shiny, so I thought the satin finish would be quite elegant for it. As you can see, I put a little bit of exhaust streaking on there. I did a little bit of chipping on the propeller and on the front leading side of the wings, as well as I like to chip a little bit on the walk paths on the wings there. And then I also did a little dirtying around the bottom here from the wheel wells. The camera doesn't really pick it up. And a little bit of more chipping done there and stuff. And I'm missing this little light that's usually on this side, but I just couldn't find the power thing for it. But I thought I'd finish her off on camera. What I'm gonna do, I have only one thing left to do. I got my black eyeshadow here, and it's out of focus right now. Let's turn off the autofocus. Is this better? Yep. Let's just leave it here. Or here. Messing with the focus again. So yeah, I got my black eyeshadow here, and I just want to put a little bit something extra here on the exhaust itself, as well as I want to do a little bit darker streaking going here. The camera actually exaggerates it a little bit. Yeah, I think this is good enough. It already is kind of heavier on this side, but the actual pipes themselves don't have anything on them yet. So yeah, that's the finishing touches, and there we have it. It's my completed photo reconnaissance Swedish Spitfire circa, what was it again? Straight from the box lid. 1949, 3rd division, something, Nyköping, Sweden. Is where this plane was based. So anyways, I hope you guys like this quick build. I have no idea how long this video is. I decided to make it just one part because I was gonna make this a quick build, but it turned out it wasn't that quick because I kind of got sick in the meantime and couldn't work on it for a long time. But anyways, it's done in time for the group build finish. So anyways, I'm starting to ramble now. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for staying this long, and catch you on the next one. Keep on modeling, keep having fun. Bye.